Hey, what is up? Sorry it took me so long. I was on a phone call, and I didn't think that was gonna go this long, but I apologize. So now I am going to react to, um, well, not react. We'll watch it to. Um, I don't know which. Okay, so when I'm looking, I don't know which way to swoop this out of my face. It's oh well. Out of it's weird. Okay, wait. All right. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna watch this, but let me share this on my other channel so that people know that I am live here because it took me longer than I expected to go talking. Oh, this says I didn't even change the I didn't even change the what you call Saturday night hangout. And then let me change the photo. The okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna change the thumbnail. So, because people probably think this is the old one. Okay. Open. Okay. All right. Let me share this. Wait. Okay. How y'all Saturday going? I don't appreciate y'all just looking and not saying nothing, but it is what it is. Okay. Thank you, T. Clark. This is my first time wearing my natural hair in I don't know how long, and I'm not used to it. I am not used to it. Okay, so I'm trying to put that on live. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, so this is my first time wearing my natural hair and it keeps going. See, like on okay, so on the camera it's flipped. So when I try to touch my hair, it's like flipped or whatever. But yeah, this is my first time wearing my natural hair and I can't even remember. I don't even know how long. I normally just wear wigs. But I went today because I had this wig that I was gonna put on. And so I went today and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to knock out all of these videos. I'm just about to go get my hair washed, fringe braided, and then I'm gonna throw a wig on and call it a day, come home, knock out all of these videos that I've been wanting to knock out. Well, it did not go that way because um once I got there and then like she combed out my hair and everything and then she blow dried it and then I kept going back and forth on like if she was gonna braid it or if she was gonna flat iron it or what she was gonna do to my hair. And then it turned out that then she was gonna flat iron my hair. So then we had to wait for the stove to like get hot and get like to a hot temperature, and so I had to wait for that. So then that took longer. Then when she started to flat iron my hair, do like the day was pretty much gone. Like it was pretty much gone. So I told everybody that I was gonna have these videos out, and my day didn't go as planned again. So again, I apologize, but yeah, I was doing something different. This is definitely something different. I didn't intend to. Ah, I might have to get a clip because this part is so annoying. I don't. Y'all, this part is annoying. I don't I don't know how to keep it out my face. Somebody said, why wear a wig if your hair is so beautiful? Because my hair, as soon as I go outside, like my hair will turn into like my hair is hard to manage. Like my hair is so hard to manage, y'all don't even understand. It's just so hard. And it's just so hard to manage. My hair is like really, 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 really thick. It's really, really, really it's difficult. So it's easier for me to just, throw on a wig and call it a day. But so tonight we're going to watch this Harvey Weinstein documentary thing. I don't know if they have copyright on it or not, so that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it on my channel. I got some receipts for some new updates. Like I got a bunch of like new updated receipts, but I never like dug into this story from the beginning. So I wanted to watch this documentary that was put out about him so that I'll have like a full background of everything about him to properly report. And then with the new information I have and then the old information, I could put out like a really good video. So at first I was gonna just put out like what I had recent, but I'm like, I never covered it on my channel, blase. I want to have a thorough information about him so that I could put it out and make like a good video. So I was supposed to watch this documentary earlier so then I could do the video and then I could post it to my channel, but it didn't work out like that. So we're just gonna watch the documentary together, and then once we watch the documentary together at another time, I'll put out the actual video and show you guys like the new stuff that I have on the case, blase. So that's the plan right now. So let me pull up this video so that we can watch it together. And that's pretty much what we're gonna do right now. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right now. So let me pull it up. Okay. Okay. Hey, everybody that's tuned in. Hey, everybody on the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to bring this. Okay, let me just put it up. Okay. Let me just put it up and let me crop around it so that we just see the, okay, crop. Okay. Where's the 350? Okay. Well, wait. Sorry, I'm just cropping around it so that we don't get all the extras. Okay. All right, I think that's kind of good. Let me bring it down. Okay. All right. So I started watching a little bit of it, 6 minutes of it, I guess. So we'll just back it up and we'll watch it together.
Harvey Weinstein was the king of Hollywood, a mogul with 81 Oscars to his name.
The Harvey I knew was
Thank you,
brilliant.
everybody who complimented my hair.
Truly a brilliant man.
Hey.
He ran this town. He was the guy. But we'll show you what actually happened behind his locked office door.
The game was
Hey, you
about
guys,
power.
that's tuning
It was
in.
about making you capitulate, making you give in.
Oh my God. This is
Come on, it's all right. Forcing seduction on you.
And speak to those who say they paid an awful price for being in Weinstein's world.
He ruined lives. He crushed dreams. I still am scared of him. He is a master predator.
Now Hollywood's dirty secret is out in the open.
We knew. Everybody knew. Everybody knew.
And the reckoning isn't over.
It's important for other men to know you want to act this way, then you're going to lose everything.
Mr. Weinstein, Hannah
Hey,
Thomas Peter from
everybody.
Sky News. I wonder, could you tell me, do you believe all of those women are lying? Do you believe they're lying, sir?
Thank you very much.
Are you ashamed? Any messages for the women?
Harvey Weinstein has refused all of our requests for an interview, so we tracked him down on the street. He still wouldn't talk, but the women who say he altered their lives forever will. To try and understand what happened, we listened to stories like Rose McGowan's, who was one of the first celebrities to accuse him of sexual assault. It was 1997, and she was at the Sundance Film Festival, already a star in the making. Weinstein invited her to his hotel room, where she
Yeah,
says
we're watching
he
this
raped her.
Harvey Weinstein like documentary type
Skilled
thing.
predators. Take a lion. They look for the weakest one in the pack, don't they? The one without the protection. Because there are actresses he didn't target because they had better representation or better people around them. Or there's something they didn't have that crack, maybe. But he targeted an awful lot.
Hey, Miss
And like
Brinson.
a super predator, you know, with night vision goggles on, he saw what he needed to see and he did what he needed to do. His whole world.
Let me pause and say what's up to everybody in the chat real quick. Okay, so hey Adele from New Zealand, Miss Brinson, Big Delowski, Shannon My Life, LaWanda, Trey and Nene, Lucky, Dee Dee Bradshaw, Rakita, Donna Jean, Megan, T. Clark, Phil, Indigenous, Aboriginal, Red Rose. Hey, shout out to all of you guys. What's up, Surge? So tonight, for those of you who just tuned in, we are looking at this Harvey Weinstein documentary. And I'm doing a Harvey Weinstein video for my Neek at Night channel. But before I do my video with my new information, I was just saying that before I do my video with my new information that I have, I wanted to get more background because when this happened, I wasn't interested in Harvey Weinstein's story. I just didn't. I never looked into it, never reported it on my channel, never dug deep into it. So I figured they had this like documentary. We can all watch it together. And then the new information that I have, I can, put it together and we can, I can make a video for my other channel. So that's what's going on tonight. I was supposed to put out a bunch of videos today, but as you see, I ended up in the hair shop and it didn't go as planned. So apologize for telling y'all the same thing. All right.
Was set up to rape, to consume, to eat people's lives. He's a dastardly human.
I'd heard of the casting couch. I thought maybe that was like a rite of passage. And I felt like if this is how other people make it, like it's really depressing and against everything that I believe in. But when you're in a more vulnerable position, you really don't have a choice, is what I felt happened. That he kind of made it seem like this was the only way that he would, and it's the only way that he would ever do it for anyone else. I felt like I said no, and he didn't even acknowledge it. I felt like I had to do it. So how is he about it? He was calm and collected. This was his MO. He had a system to lure them up, ask for the massage, come out in the robe. He was just acted like it was normal.
Give Weinstein what he wanted or forfeit a dream. That's the choice Dawn Dunning says she had to make too. She's a costume designer now, but back in 2003, she was a young actress looking for her big break. She met Weinstein while she was working in a nightclub, and he said he could help. After several screen tests, she went to what she thought was a business meeting in a hotel suite.
When I got there, he opened the door and he was in an open robe. On the coffee table, he had 3 small stacks of paper.
and he said, "These are contracts for my next 3 films. I will sign them today, but I want you to have a threesome with me and my assistant." I laughed. I thought he was joking. And when I started laughing, he got angry. And that's when I got scared.
Get my food, y'all.
He started yelling at me. And he said, "You'll never make it in this business. This is
And I
how
had to
this
get a
industry
clip to
works.
Put my
This
hand
is
up.
how," he named 3 actresses. "This is how they got to where they are." He went on, and then at that point, the door was pretty close behind me, and I just turned and went for the door. I could still hear him yelling.
Yeah, this is Harvey Weinstein's
The more
story.
powerful he got, the more blatant the alleged behavior. It was an open secret in Hollywood. But even those who exercised caution say they were targets, like Louisette Geiss, who was invited to pitch a script at the Sundance Festival.
He said, "Well, why don't we reconvene in my office?" Well, they turn hotel rooms into offices when you're at these festivals. That's just the norm. But I still felt a little hesitant, obviously. I knew that this was a huge opportunity, and I didn't want to give that opportunity up. But at the same time, I looked at him in the eye and I said, "There's a camera right there, so I'll go up to your office and meet with you, but you're not allowed to touch me." And I said, "You have to shake my hand."
Inside the room, Louisette says things changed.
He pulled me to his bathroom and we both stood in front of the mirror. And he's like, "Just watch me." He wanted me to watch him masturbate. And finally, I just ripped my arm away, and he followed me out of the room saying, "Look, I can give you a 3-picture deal. I can greenlight your film. Like, this is ridiculous. This is all you have to do. Everybody does it. There's lots of other women who have done this." Personally, I think he enjoyed the switch, which is then he comes out, he's naked. It's a whole different tone. It's the energy's
Thank
different.
you,
It's much
Tamika.
more aggressive and angry. And he watches us, like almost like the prey, like, okay, now what are you going to do? I think he loved the power struggle. I think he loved to watch in our faces the fear. That's what I truly believe.
But in this case, the legal argument was
Weinstein apparently cast his net wide. Lauren Sivan was a young reporter when she met him at a dinner party in a restaurant he part-owned. He offered her a tour of the kitchen, and she followed him.
I realized that this was a bad situation, and I said, "I'm going to go back upstairs. I saw the kitchen. I'm good." He leaned in to kiss me, and I said, "I'm so sorry if I gave you the wrong impression, but I'm not interested. I'm dating someone. I'm going to go back upstairs." And at that point, he got kind of irritated, and he asked me, just stand there and be quiet. And I was a little shocked to hear that because his tone changed dramatically, but he blocked my exit. And I thought to myself, what
You
is he
said I'm
going to
making
do?
y'all hungry.
And that's when he just started
All the chips are gone.
masturbating in front of me. And I just stood there kind of frozen. I was 27, 28 when I had this encounter with him. And I just remember feeling stupid, feeling really dumb, standing there and watching this man, do what he was doing and thinking to myself, how could I be so dumb? How could I think that he was really interested in me and what I had to say about news and history and world politics? He had a plan. He knew exactly how to get me down there, and just the callousness of it, like, just stand there and be quiet then, because this is going to happen whether you participate or not. That struck me as something.
Okay, so I think people are gonna hate me and they're gonna think I'm capping for R. Kelly again. But I think that what Harvey Weinstein is being accused of doing to women is polar opposite to the situation with R. Kelly. Like, he is trapping women who have no interest to be with him at all. Like, I feel like that's totally different. And I feel like his stuff, like the way that they're doing R. Kelly, I feel like his stuff should be blasted Like, let me not. I just don't think it's comparable.
That he's done before.
Sarah Ann Mass went to Weinstein's home to be
I
interviewed
don't think
for a
it's
job as
comparable
his
at all.
children's nanny. There, she says, he assaulted her.
I had sort of been warned by his assistants ahead of time that, he was, he's a Hollywood guy, they're kind of different. But I never translated that to mean that he was going to, sexually assault me. During the whole incident, it was just shock and fear and discomfort because, you're in a professional environment. It's certainly not something you're expecting. And he also had a huge anger outburst of his children. So it was just like a very terrifying experience for me. And I remember really distinctly driving there. I remember the road I took and the exit and everything. And then I don't remember getting home.
I constantly felt trapped. He cornered me over and over again.
Every woman we talked to described the same feeling of being caught in Weinstein's web. Entrepreneur Melissa Thompson says he raped her after a business meeting.
I never had a choice. Like, it's Harvey's choice.
Like, rape and consensual sex is two
Harvey
totally
is
different
a,
things. It's not comparable at all.
playing
No matter how
cards
much
with
people
stuff.
could not like R. Kelly,
The outcomes
this
are
is not
fixed.
comparable.
The women lose. I felt like, who would care if I said anything?
There is still a profound sense of loss over what might have been. Louise Godbold was a young woman when she had her own experience with Weinstein. Now she's a trauma specialist, a choice shaped by what happened to her.
Many of us are mourning the careers that we could have had. I think that's the number one thing that's being mourned. There are very many women who are saying that their careers could have been so much more illustrious had Harvey not set about destroying them.
Thank you, Robin.
When you have someone who is the most powerful man in Hollywood telling you this is how it works, I believe them, like that, is coming from the horse's mouth. I was like, okay, this is, not gonna work for me because I'm not willing, to go that far for it,
Right.
When you're kind of almost hunted and treated like a piece of meat, that does something to you. No woman at any stage of her life should be told that you have to do a sexual act in order to have a career. I'm sorry, but it's pretty basic.
Harvey Weinstein has always maintained that any sexual encounters were consensual, but his accusers say he preyed on vulnerable young women, unchecked, for nearly 3 decades. They want to know how and why it continued for so long. There are lots of reasons why no one stood up to Harvey Weinstein. One of them is that well before he was famous, he was known as a bully. In the summer of 1980, Paula Wojciech worked for Weinstein on his first film. It was a horror called The Burning. Paula was to become one of the earliest alleged victims of Weinstein's inappropriate behavior.
I didn't realize how upset I was until I got outside the door and I kind of started shaking and I broke down and started crying.
Later on set, Paula says Weinstein tracked her down to gloat about exposing himself.
He walked up behind me and said, "So, was it the high point of your internship to see me naked?" I just said, "No, Harvey, frankly, you disgust me." And he laughed and he went. He had no other reason to be there except to torment me.
Former employees say it only got worse from there. Harvey and his brother Bob moved to New York City to run their film company, Miramax.
They were cruel, both of them. Harvey in particular, but Bob was right there with him.
Mark Lipsky was the head of marketing.
They couldn't help themselves. Every girl in the office cried. I don't know what the expense budget was for flowers, but lots of money was spent on, next day apologies and begging forgiveness. I think a lot of people who worked for them felt stuck.
Why don't you think anybody stopped him?
He's a big, scary guy. The people surrounding both of them, but Harvey in particular, were completely dependent on him and on the company for their careers. And they were scary guys.
But it wasn't just about fear.
Is it messing up for everybody?